Yo, I just watched Vicious. Alright, it's time for another movie review. I just watched Vicious starring Dakota Fanning on Paramount Plus. So what is Vicious about? Alright, Vicious is about this woman played by Dakota Fanning. She is apparently about to go back to work or go back to college or something like that. Apparently she had a little rough time in her life and she's trying to get her shit together. So the movie starts off basically where she is, you know, moving some stuff around, whatever, getting ready for her day tomorrow, and she gets a knock at the door, right? She gets a knock at the door, and this old lady is at the door. And for whatever reason, Dakota Fanning let this woman in her house just to find out this lady's a damn weirdo, and she's basically trying to give her this box, right? So Dakota Fanning's like, I don't want this shit. And Dakota Fanning is basically like, look, bitch, you gotta go. Like, I don't know what shit you on, but take your damn box and gets to stepping. So the little old lady ends up leaving, and then as soon as she starts leaving, all this weird shit starts happening, you know what I'm saying, like to Dakota Fanning in the house, right? So she ends up like going back outside to being like, yo, like what like, is that lady still out here? What's going on? So Dakota Fanning sees that damn box in the middle of the street. So what does she do? She goes out, pick the box up, brings it back into the house, and at that point, shit gets real. So what was my overall thoughts about Vicious? Alright, overall I'm going to say it was borderline trash. Alright, now let me explain. First of all, when you see the trailer of this movie, I'm a horror movie dude. This trailer is fire. Like, this trailer made me be like, yo, this the shit I'm talking about. This movie looks scary as donkey ass, right? So when I seen the trailer, I had high expectations. Plus, I like Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning, she's in a lot of shit lately. She doing her thing, right? So, you know, seeing the trailer, I'm like, yo, this shit gonna be like crazy. But when I watched the movie, and like as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, this shit is scary. It had a lot of jump scares. Like the vibe of the movie was scary. It had that horror movie vibe. Scare jump scenes, all that shit. But to me, it just didn't make sense, right? Now, of course, I'm sure I could like look up on YouTube and like, oh, what's the meaning of Vicious? But I don't really like movies where I gotta like watch it, be confused as shit. Then I gotta look up the meaning on YouTube, right? Because what was people doing before YouTube came along? They couldn't look up what was the meaning of The Exorcist, right? Like, you know, whatever. It didn't make sense. You know what I mean? It was scary. Don't get me wrong. The vibe, 100% scary. You know what I'm saying? I think the movie, the idea of the movie, the concept of the movie, to me, was better than the actual movie. It was just, like I was telling my wife, honestly, it was like, they had some scary ass scenes. Scary shit would happen. But then you'd be like, damn, that was scary, but like, why did that happen? Oh shit, that was scary, but why did that happen? Like, that's what I found myself, you know, doing, right? I will say this. Right before I did this review, I'm thinking about this movie and I'm like, yo, like, I always like to talk about the ending of movies, right? But for whatever reason, I couldn't remember how this shit ended. And I'm like, damn, did I doze off? You know what I'm saying? Like, near the end, because I could not remember the ending, right? So before I went back and rewatched the ending of this movie, that's what I did. I rewatched it like the last 20 minutes. I was already prepared to give this shit a 2 out of 5. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was ready, like, 2, bitch, 2. But I rewatched the last 20 minutes, and the ending wasn't that great. But I didn't know it ended like that. The ending wasn't like terrible, right? And actually, it could have left it to be it could be another one, but it shouldn't be. But the way they ended it was okay. It was better than I remembered. So with that being said, I'm going to give Vicious a weak ass 3 out of 5. Borderline 2.5. Nah, I'm gonna give it a 2.5. Mainly because it just didn't make sense to me, right? So it's weird because if I'm giving a movie a 2.5, I'm probably not gonna recommend it. But if you are a horror movie person, like, you might understand this shit. Like, you might watch it and be like, nigga, you dumb. But so that's why I'm going to recommend, if you haven't seen Vicious, I'll say check it out, because I'm curious to see like what your opinion is of it, right? And if you have already seen this movie, comment below. Let your boy know what you think.
If you don't know who I am, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. F.U.I.M.E, you probably thinking, what is that? It's the movement, it's the motto, it's the answer to these critics when they hating.